makes the holidays look perfect, but that's not how it goes down in most households. I know I often feel a little bit of disappointment after the holidays, so I'm talking to Katie Sloan, host of the popular MS podcast, Misunderstood, about just this topic. And we're going to give you concrete ways to readjust your expectations so that the holidays do actually turn out the way you intended. So listen in.
I always get really excited about the holidays. And when the holidays are done, I always kind of just feel a little bit let down. I don't know why, but I think it has something to do with what the holidays are supposed to be. And my family doesn't often look like this. I've tried getting people to wear matching pajamas, but I'm the only one excited about it. I cannot get the family together to do pictures. And sometimes our dinner looks like that on the left, but not always, right? So some people love the holidays through and through. Other people like me, I think, get excited and then feel let down. And then there are people who just kind of don't like the holidays. They dread the holidays. And that could also be because of how they grew up, or maybe they've lost a loved one. Like, there are so many people who have lost, a family member to COVID. So the holidays are especially hard.
Very much so. And, that's our situation this year. It will be our first Thanksgiving without my mother-in-law. So we're intentionally planning to do some really special things that we don't normally do on Thanksgiving, just to kind of honor her and celebrate her in a different way. So absolutely. Thank you for calling that out.
Yeah. And so how can we deal with that, not being able to meet the expectation of the holidays? Like, how can we make this work for us so that it could be a time of year that we can enjoy?
For sure. I love quick phrases that help reframe the way I think about things. And my favorite quote here is compare and despair. And that's really what happens with social media. I mean, look at these pictures. Like Susan is saying, is this realistic? Maybe for some people it is, and wow, more power to you. But it's not always the case. And does it need to be that way? This is what we have to think about: decorations, time constraints, happy faces, gift giving, elaborate cards that people send. You got to think about your budget too. We feel very overextended to meet the expectations of the holidays, and it can create financial trouble too. So, lots of people were talking about the holidays being stressful from a financial standpoint. It's why we spend so much money to try to create an experience like these pictures. But is that what's most important?
And maybe it is for some people, and there's no judgment on that. But how can we intentionally design our holidays so that they work for us?
Yeah, some of the best tips I read were really embrace the F word of flexibility, right? Like starting new traditions that work better for you and your family in whatever chapter of life you're currently in. Just because we've always done something a certain way doesn't mean we always need to keep doing it the same way. And so they recommend we really start with introspection. And again, just like our MS manifests uniquely, what we value about the holidays is unique as well. And so we need to really ask ourselves, what about the holidays are truly important for you? And from that, we decide what we prioritize to do and how we do it. And we really choose what matters most to us. So let's see here. Gifts, partying, eating, travel. Like, what are the things, Dr. Susan, that mean the most to you and your family?
Yeah, for us, gifts are not that important. But for me, it is really important to be together and to have quality time. And I think I can do a better job of designing for that this year, right? Putting the devices away, intentionally sitting down, playing board games and doing things with the kids that they love, even if I don't love it. It doesn't matter, right? It matters to our kids. So intentionally building the type of holiday that you want.
Yeah, and
And
for us, Thanksgiving in our family is truly about gratitude. And so we use gratitude practices as a big part of our celebration. And I want to mention that too, because gratitude practices are a great way to flip the energy in a room or to change a conversation too. So it's such an easy topic. What are you most grateful for this year, to kind of get people focused on what matters most?
yeah, and we've had large family gatherings during Thanksgiving. And what I ended up doing was I had everybody beforehand write to me 1 or 2 or 3 things that they were grateful for, whether it was a person, a memory, or something. And then I typed them onto slides and I let it just sort of scroll through. And it was really amazing. You know, I forgot that I never told my uncle, thank you for housing us for 6 months when we came to the US. That was one of the fondest memories I have after we arrived to this strange new place. And he was like, I didn't know that that meant that much to you. What a wonderful way to say that and share that, right? It matters. And I think it's a way of Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
So again, I think there's ways that we can sort of talk to our families, figure out what are our values and our beliefs, and what do we want the holidays to look for us.